Okay, we're up at Big Spring Creek and we're just getting ready to head up the hill. You can see it's all nice and snowy. So, didn't bring the sled, didn't know what to expect. So Frodo and I just plans are to go up here a little ways and just have a nice time. Creek's running good. Well, we're coming up on the trail and I think that's the backside of Cascade Peak. But just a nice winter walk. And we're at the big meadow. So, and Cascade Peak, sun, blue sky, and Frodo. So we're going to have lunch here. The trail's just up over there. This is where I was just basically heading to. Not too far. It's this little grove of aspens. So, anyway. And just now stuff it full of twigs. The other day, that was too green, I took and spent the time to make a Swedish fire torch one. Out of it, took a bunch of probably 2-inch rounds of wood and chopped them all up, split them into quarters, made this nice and neat and pretty, but that took time. So today it's just a twig party. Okay, so I got sticks gathered. I don't know, I know back east, at least in Missouri, seems like half the wood you get would be dead hardwoods. Out here it seems like it's harder to find dead anything. Rhoda, move! Move! Rhoda! And I'm going to like this really old school paper match. One match, one cotton ball, and one fire. As long as this thing, the wood's a halfway decent wood. I don't know, I grabbed one log and I don't know what it was, but the small stuff just seemed like it was real kind of reedy and pithy. But the bark on the lower part, which is when I broke it off, was looked like a real good bark. If that makes sense. Okay, so here's a fire going. I've got one of those, it's a GIS, I think it's a 24-ounce cup, a little bit smaller than the Stanley cup, but it takes a Stanley lid, and it's a bottle saver size, so you can stick a quart water bottle in it. And the twigs are going. I've only got one big stick shoved in the bottom. Let me see, I'll show you full 360. So you can see that it's got the one stick there doing its thing. So for my tools, I've got a Mora 01, or maybe it's an 02, and that's a little Gerber saw I got last Christmas, and it's pretty good. So got the fire going. You can see I've got more sticks shoved in the base of it. Now, it's a lot better if you can take them and split them and make some exposed edges and just shoving a whole stick in there. Even that big one, it broke off in half when I beat it against the log. If it's got a split started in it, then it'll just continue on down. So okay, so I'm going to make me some Idaho mashed potatoes. Got some bacon, grilled bacon bits and cheese. Got this little folding cup, and I already made a cup of coffee, mocha. So we'll see how it goes. So here's a little tripod I made. The legs are arrow shafts. Some little, I don't know, $5 or $6 little tripod that the legs go right in those shafts, so it just kind of sits there. Now coming around, here's the fire going out. But here's lunch or drunch or whatever. Well, we're heading back down. This is going down the road. I'm wimping out because basically people are sledding up and down that thing and not paying much attention. So we're just heading downhill. Frodo's having fun. But it was a good time. Went out, made a little bite to eat, made a drink to drink, and it's going on 4 o'clock. So we've been up here a couple hours. The thing about if you're going to use wood and everything like that, it takes a while to prep and do it. And that's the nice thing about a wood or gas stove, or maybe even an alcohol stove. There's no prep other than set it out, turn it on, and light it up and let the water boil. But it's fun to go out and build a fire. And I've, don't know, playing with that little Ikea Hobo stove. There's one thing, modification I want to make, but I just got to figure out how to do it. And that's to make some standing legs so it doesn't have to, or pot support, so it doesn't have to sit right on top of that fire. But I want to make them so that they can turn in and out and possibly be removable. But we'll have to work on that. So anyway, I think this isn't going to be too exciting, just walking on down the road.